Hi folks, Sarah Lee here from mycarlady.com test drive review showing you the 2010 Mitsubishi Outlander. Pseudo crossover SUV available as a two-wheel and an all-wheel drive. The most invigorating design changes in the grille and in the back end. It is a true crossover SUV. Lots of fun stuff, especially in sharing the breeding of the Lancer and the Evolution. The Outlander comes in two versions, a 2.4-liter CVT, which I did not drive, the 3-liter V6, very strong in the engine department, which of course Mitsubishi is known for. Styling is unique with adjustable fog lamps, a nice high belt line, doors open wide. The leather feels a little cheap inside. Extra cup holders, and the white stitching doesn't transfer to the steering wheel. The steering wheel has a very stiff feel to it as opposed to a real nice leather wrap steering wheel that should go with the stitching. That extra bolster there, if you're wide bodied, it is not a comfortable seat because the bolstering not only holds you in at the hips, but it also pinches you at the sides, and that carries through to the back seat as well. A lot of neat LED displays and digital design in there. The dash is very neatly composed with the center console holding all your typical items, your steering wheel having the sound system on it. That dial in the center is for the super all-wheel drive, which I drove. Temperature is very even. Smart touchscreen display, and behind that screen is where you load in your CDs or your iPod. The backup camera does a real good job there, as you can see. And the sound system, again, get the Fosgate, it's worth the money, and it really helps overall with the value of the vehicle, in my opinion. They did cheap out a few things that I found kind of weird. Their heated seat buttons are tucked behind on the inside of the chairs, not where you typically find them in other Highline models. The overhead does not have HomeLink in it. There is no visual camera inside, the little mirror for the third row seat. When you see this third row seat, you're really going to wonder, why did they bother? This has a lot of play at the low end in the steering wheel. It does tighten up and handle smartly over 50, but little sloppy on the low end. Acceleration, not bad. Again, engines are what Mitsubishi is known for. Little noisy in first to second, but after that, home free. I will tell you, I wouldn't tow with this vehicle, even though they say you can. The moonroof's nice and big. This is the interior with the seat, the third row seat flat. And when you see how they've designed this third row seat, it'll take you a lot of practice to get it in and out comfortably if you ever have to use it. The tailgate in the back is kind of novel. It's split and drops down. Very handy for big boxes. Overall, for $35,000 for the all-wheel drive with all the features, I thought it was very reasonable, but I do have to remind you that you've got to drive this car because when you sit in it, one of the things I found interesting is the seat is bolstered in such a way that if you're a little wide, it's going to feel like it's pinching you. But that's something that's very individual. Overall, the vehicle handles well. It has a great horsepower engine performance ratio to it. They compare it to the Subaru. I felt that it was a little bit stronger player than the Subaru Outback. And there's that third row seat, which, God love you, it'll take you a lot of practice to get it up and down easily. There's the headrest there. You do have a little bit of room back there when that seat's up, but that's strictly what they call an emergency seat. And the labeling of these little cheap straps that are supposed to be the way you control it, again, those are the little touches that they could have spent a little money, gotten a wider strap, and marked it more clearly. It can be a test. I tried doing it. Each time I did it, it took me at least 3 to 4 minutes just to pull it all the way out and make sure it was set up properly. So that's the story of the Mitsubishi Outlander. I do recommend that you test drive it if you're looking for one of these crossovers. I think that it's a good value at 0% for 36 months right now, or a entry-level $239 lease program for their 4-cylinder model. So check it out, and you can always call My Car Lady if you need some help negotiating your car deal. So until next time, thank you for joining me today. This is Sarah Lee from MyCarLady.com, and wishing you a safe driving and smart buying.